Trap Media. Appreciate everybody. If you tuning in right now, I appreciate you. I just ask you to hit that like button, comment, let me know your thoughts on this. Today we getting into I was on IG scrolling down and I happened to see I think it's Milk TV post a video with Adam22 or Adam22 responded to him like you such a fan because he had posted a video with Adam snapping on AD. And really I had been tuned in to No Jumper like these last 2 months. I was tuned in and I was liking a lot of the people he was bringing on, and him and AD seemed to have it seemed to be a solid co-host for the show. But what I seen when I seen that video was totally out of pocket. They were talking about the Nicki Minaj situation, and typically when they was talking about the jab or the that and all that, Adam was cool about it. He just understand that they didn't want to get it or whatever, and he had got the jab and all that, and he was kind of playing cool about it. But this is why I say you got to be careful of these. It's like Joe Rogan was doing it for a long time, like kind of saying, "Oh, I'm not Republican, I'm Democrat, woo woo," and then Andrew Schultz does it. "Oh, I'm not. What's the name? And you could just and Adam22, one of them guys, like, "Oh no, no," but you can just tell how if you just listen to a person, you can't tell me anything. If you talk enough, I'm gonna really be able to have an understanding of what your political beliefs are. And a lot of them guys that say that, white guys, they're in a entertainment business, or with Adam22 and Schultz case, they're around black people, and because black people have been brainwashed to be Democrats, they feel like that's what they have to say, and because most black people have been brainwashed to think Republicans, especially a white Republican or somebody who supports Trump, is racist, that they have to say that just to kind of divert any confrontation and just do their job. But when issues like these arise, the real person will always come out. So sometimes it just might take time, but if you keep talking to them enough, and especially when white people get comfortable, they're going to, at some point, most of the time, step out of pocket. And he did that. He did that totally with AD, and he definitely owes him a public apology. He got the snapping on AD. Not that AD took a stance on pro jab or anti jab. AD just, he not supporting it or not supporting it. He pretty much on some do what you feel like is best for you. And I guess he texts Adam, a lot of the counterpoints, and a lot of the counterpoints are from people that's in that field that that understand the jab, understand how it works, other doctors, other scientists. There isn't just one parallel view or one consensus in the medical field. There are a lot of people on Fauci's side, and there's a lot of money behind that. Like, tobacco industry was promoted by scientists at 1.2. Meat is promoted by scientists right now. Dairy is promoted by scientists right now. We know those things aren't good for the body. There are plenty of products approved by the FDA that are now being lost. There are lawsuits about. In Singapore, myocarditis was caused to a teenager, and they found that in America too, that it's caused in teenage boys. And a young 18-year-old ended up getting a settlement from the Australian government because he got the jab, and a side effect was myocarditis. So he ended up getting like $180,000 settlement. We have to understand that when money is involved, corruption is right there as well. It's not to say that this is right. It's not to say that this is wrong. But AD has the right, and we're still in America. He has the right not to endorse one way or the other. He doesn't have to vote Democrat or Republican. He could just stand in the middle or not stand on any side. He could just, that's not my thing. That's not something I'm going to speak on. Or he could be leaning one way in text messages, but still publicly, if he's not saying that, that's just between them. Adam was totally out of pocket telling him, you need to be promoting this for your people, and you sending me all of these messages, and you sending this stupid blah blah blah, just talking crazy, like belittling them, acting, it's that I'm smarter than you, I'm white and I say so, you're a low IQ black person and you need to do what I tell you to do, you're a slave type talk. And this is like, if that was a black person doing that, majority of black people would have been on physical attack. We have to stop being so aggressive towards each other. And I like how AD did stand up verbally, but I mean, he was out of pocket. And if he would have put hands on him right there on the live, man, it would have been justifiable. Take that case and, man, start a GoFundMe. The people would have bailed you out for that, because Adam was totally out of pocket. You don't tell no black man what he should be doing for his people. You go do what you do for your people. You promote what you believe in, but you don't tell no black man what he should be doing for his people. So Adam was totally out of pocket. If I'm AD, I'm not coming back on that show, period, because there was an understanding made about where they stand. The truth on how he truly felt about him came out. He wasn't saying this behind the scenes when he was sending them text messages. He probably was just reading them, or and then they do this. Some of these white people do this troll thing where you'll think, like when he do certain interviews, if you pay attention, he's condescending and belittling and kind of dry making fun of different part of black culture that he feels just is stupid, but he's saying it in a way to make a lot of these guests, it goes over their heads, so they'll miss it and think he's kind of being cool with them, but he's really belittling them. But I study a lot of these people like Adam, who, and that's why I said Democrat more. You shouldn't hate Trump, because Trump and people like Trump they show you where they stand. They're not hiding nothing. They're just themselves. They're out in the open, and you can respect that. But people like Adam and most of these Democrats, they smile in your face. They tell you what you want to hear, but behind your back, they're working against you. Behind your back, they do not respect you. Behind your back, they think you're just a dumb Nigger. So I and then there was another video that surfaced with Adam walking, I think on Rodeo or something, and he was with his baby mom, and the kid walked up to him like, "Hey man, you want to buy some candy?" And he kind of did that same condescending thing to the kid, like, "Oh no, I'm trying to manage my weight," knowing he's super skinny, almost anorexic, and he just kind of brushing out the kid, but it's like, bro, you make so much money off exploiting black culture and exploiting these black stories and black upbringing and everything like that. You could have bought at least one candy bar from the kid. But like when it was Meek Mill, notice how the internet was so outraged for a white culture vulture, this underculture, taking advantage of the culture, not necessarily because he's just white, but because of his what he exposed in that going off on AD, he exposed to who he is. So you don't really have respect for the people and the culture. You think you're smarter. You think you can bully because you're in a position of power over AD. You think you can bully him. You think you can bully other black people. You think he doesn't have the sense enough to understand that he's in America and he has the right not to have an opinion on certain things, or to have an opinion behind closed doors, and you want to bring that out into the public and kind of force his hand or put him in a awkward position. So that's what makes him a culture vulture to me. He has no respect for the people and the culture. He dissed the little kid, was condescending. Wouldn't have been nothing for him to buy a candy bar the same way y'all got on Meek Mill. You should have got on Adam22. It was totally disrespectful. And I feel like the culture needs to cancel Adam. I do. I do. I think after that, man, I just don't know how AD stays on the show. And Adam definitely owes him a public apology. It was totally tasteless, and I lost a lot of respect for the show that I had been tuning into. I was starting to give props. I wasn't a big fan of it early on, but recently it was a lot of good work that I was seeing. But man, that just took a lot out of it. It's disappointing to see, but it's not unexpected, because I know a lot of white people like that. They'll play cool with you, smile in your face, and when they get comfortable, they tend to get out of pocket. Trap media, again, if you spend some time watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to an end, just know I really appreciate that. If you could, hit that thumbs up. Or if you didn't like what I'm saying, you might totally disagree with my take, hit that thumbs down and leave me some feedback in the comments. Shout out to everybody who supported this channel from the beginning. If you're still around, much respect to you, and keep tuning in. I'm out.